If you've been a solid Warriors fan since day one, there is absolutely no way you could have missed the weirdest dunk that happened last season.
Twice in the last couple possessions. Poole cutting.
And I just realized later on that it was really super weird because it seemed like the Shaq in a Fool curse kept following JaVale McGee wherever he goes.
Flashback, JaVale McGee missing a wide open dunk versus the Kings. Oh my goodness.
But enough of that. Hey, let's talk about the guy who dunked the ball. Well, almost. Jordan Poole almost had JaVale McGee's face plastered in SportsCenter and every highlight replay channel on YouTube. But before this dunk happened, did you know that Jordan Poole was not even playing in the NBA a month before? How was that possible, you might ask? Well, you see, Jordan Poole was the Warriors' 28th overall pick in the 2019 draft. Throughout the worst season of the franchise, and I really mean the worst, Poole only averaged 8.8 points while grabbing 2.1 rebounds and dishing out 2.4 assists a ball game. He also shot low from the field with 33.3% from two-point range and only 27.9% from beyond the arc. These types of numbers will definitely make Steve Kerr go like this, and having a low percentage from the outhouse wasn't just gonna work out if you're playing for the Warriors, a team that, which we all know, lives and dies by the three. But Warriors GM Bob Myers thinks otherwise. He said that Poole was just too young at that point and just needed a little more time to grow. It really matters what they look like a year or 2 or 3 years from now, rather than what they look like in 2 weeks or a month. They're all different, they'll all grow at different rates. I just hope they all end up in a good place. At the start of last season, the Warriors were just kind of hanging around with an 11-9 win-loss record. Poole, on the other hand, had a rough start, and it seemed that trend from his rookie season spilled over to the next one. During the 20-game stretch, Poole only suited up in 15 of them. And in those 15, he only averaged 5.5 points, 1.2 rebounds, and less than 1 assist per game. When it came to his outside shooting, he did improve a bit with a 33.3% clip from 3, but that's still too low compared to the NBA standard.
Disappointed!
If Steve Kerr did this after his rookie season, let's just say he might have went to something like this after seeing Poole's poor performance in those 20 games. And at this point, Poole still can't seem to find the rhythm that he's been looking for. Bob Myers said that they're all different in the quote that I just referenced a little while ago. The reason I open up this quote again is because aside from Poole, there were 2 2019 draftees that were also under the work-in-progress phase just like him. One is Alen Smailagić and the other is Eric Paschall. Among these 3, Paschall outpaced Poole and Smailagić in terms of growth and coping up with the NBA game. And because of this, Poole struggled to find minutes on the court, and before he even knew it, he was already out of the roster rotation.
I'm out.
With no place to go, the Warriors sent Poole to the G League along with Smailagić and their 2020 pick, Nico Mannion, who really looked like the ginger counterpart of Steph Curry. At this point, Poole's Warriors career seemed to have already ended before it began. But despite that small setback, Poole remained positive and looked to find his groove inside the G League bubble. I get to play games, and that's always exciting. I get to get up and down, get a little bit of game burn, he said. We'll see when I come back or however long I'm down there what the situation is. I'm just really looking forward to playing, getting on the court, and playing against some other people. Right off the bat, Poole proved that he shouldn't be in the G League in the first place and dominated game after game. And when I say dominated, I mean like this.
Poole!
Oh, wee!
Jordan!
Come on, guys, that was nasty. In the 11 games that he suited up for the Santa Cruz Warriors, Poole's numbers were just crazy. He averaged 22.4 points, 5.3 rebounds, 3.6 assists, while shooting at 45.1% from the field and logging 33.4 minutes a game. Due to the injuries on the main roster, Poole and Mannion got called up earlier than expected, and after missing a month of NBA action, Poole came back on the saddle once again. This time around, Poole seemed to already find the rhythm and confidence that he has been looking for since his rookie year, and you definitely wouldn't believe what happened when he got back inside the NBA court. Poole picked up right where he left off in his first game back in the NBA against Phoenix. Though they got blown out, Poole finished the game with 26 points while shooting 50% from 3 without Steph Curry on the lineup. In the next game, he followed it up with 14 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists versus the Clippers. This scoring trend would continue in succeeding games, and I'll just flash it on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Since coming back from the G League, Poole averaged 19.7 points while shooting 43.8% from three-point range. But what's even more shocking about it is that he did this in just 10 games. After we had a bunch of Steve Kerr memes earlier, the Warriors coach finally seemed happy and satisfied with the way how things turned out for Jordan. His decision-making and efficiency has been really good, and because he's shooting a high percentage and he's making good decisions, he's got the green light to fire away. He's one of our best shooters. As long as he continues to understand the game and the efficiency part of it, he's got to let it go. Let it fly. I think it's really important as a young player to be able to survive a really slow start, not have anything go your way, and still find a way to score. We need Jordan to score right now, especially without Steph. So the fact that he overcame what was really a rough start and scored 19 points and made some really big plays for us, it's a great sign. I think he's really maturing. With Klay eyeing his return coming out of injury, the Warriors look scary in the upcoming season, and if you add Poole into the mix along with Steph and Andrew Wiggins, it seems like it's 2015 once again with all that firepower they have in the lineup. Now let's talk about what Jordan Poole can bring to the table and how it can impact the game on the offensive side of the floor. Standing at 6'5", Poole's calling card has always been his scoring ability. Just like Steph and Klay, he can apply as the third sibling of the Splash Brothers with his ability to catch and shoot coming off screens, and he's also a great spot-up shooter while having a strong dribble pull-up game. Just imagine how crazy it is to see Jordan running around screens along with Steph and Klay, and if you're playing defense, how are you supposed to guard that? Off-ball, Jordan is not the type of player who loves ball watching. As you can see on these clips, he remains active and in constant motion in almost every single play.
They just need him to be maybe a little more dynamic, force the issue a little more.
Oh, look at the back of the 8th pick. Continues his development and moving with that. Set the screen for Jordan Poole. And then on the give and go, Poole took the contact.
Aside from dropping long-range bombs, Jordan also has some sweet handles and a smooth inside finish to complement his outside game. Check these clips out.
You come off of Looney and stop on a dime. A little crossover in and out.
Jordan Poole, multiple crossovers.
With Curry, Klay, and Wiggins expected to headline the starting lineup, Poole has the potential to have a breakout season by being the team's sixth man who can provide the much-needed scoring punch when the starters are out. Based on what I've seen from Poole overall last season, Poole is now shaping up to become just like the other sixth man in the league that have ultimate green lights like Lou Williams, Terrence Ross, Eric Gordon, and the reigning sixth man of the year, Jordan Clarkson. From averaging 8.8 points and shooting below 30% from 3 in his rookie year to a dismal start to a second year, which saw his scoring average dip to 5.5 points before he was sent to G League, Poole finished the 2020-2021 season by averaging 12 points per game while shooting 35.1% from downtown. After scoring double digits in 10 consecutive games, Poole continued to perform well, and as the season was about to finish, he dropped another monster game against the Pelicans by scoring 38 points to send a statement and to end the season on a high note. The second version of Jordan Poole can definitely bring the Warriors back into contention, and along with Steph and the returning Klay Thompson, there's a chance that the Splash Brothers might become Splash Triplets if Jordan Poole keeps this type of play come next season.